Guys, welcome to Black Scout Survival. Want to do a early morning video, just kind of discuss what's going on. Suspect named Tyler Robinson has been arrested. This is him here. He's now branded as the assassin of Charlie Kirk. And honestly, to me, man, the story that's being told just doesn't add up. So he's a 22-year-old, lives in southern Utah. His father is a sheriff's deputy for nearly 27, 30 years, something like that. After the shooting, apparently Tyler confesses to his dad. His dad picks up the phone and turns him in. Okay. That's the official story, but let's pull it back a little bit. Robinson supposedly used a Mauser 30-06 bolt-action rifle from a rooftop. Ballistics point to it, but when he jumps off the roof, as the video I'm going to show you here. Now, the other thing is, I heard on News Nation, they were saying, oh, the weapons expert said this weapon broke down. I don't see that. I don't see a breakage in this. Also, the optic is mounted extremely far back, which is odd in my opinion. So let's look at the footage that dropped last night of the roof jump. Okay, so what we see here is him jumping from the roof. I do not see a rifle in his hands, and again, the picture does not look like a rifle that can be collapsed. I don't see a way it can, but I could be wrong. That looks like a polymer stock. We're going to keep playing through this. It looks like he just has a bag. Now, what came out today as well is that he was constantly in contact with someone leading up to the 12:23 p.m. Assassination of Charlie Kirk. As he's moving through the area, surveillance footage, he is seen constantly using his phone. Okay, obviously communicating with someone. This sounds very reminiscent of Thomas Crooks. You know, we're going to see him egress out here in a moment. He's kind of running, then he starts walking, obviously, to try to blend in. Don't look suspicious. He's going to go here to the street corner. And there's other people walking. And I think he crosses the street there. Okay, but again, I did not see a rifle in his hands. The other thing about this rifle is that he supposedly contacted a friend to move the weapon. Okay, they had already had a drop point in some bushes, right? So think about that. You're 22. You just pulled off an assassination. You're in panic mode, and somehow you're organized enough to phone a friend, okay, for help, and have them essentially sanitize the area or what have you, and stash the murder weapon in the woods. Doesn't add up. I do not see a weapon with him, and whoever would be involved, the friend that he contacted, you would now be complicit to the assassination of Charlie Kirk, which is strange, right? That's just not lone wolf behavior. That is what I would call assisted logistics. And let me just play the video from the police real quick.
To UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. I know there has been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I will share that with you now.
We'll come back to the rifle casings. Okay, so his roommate now is complicit in this, and preliminary evidence showed that he was posting with someone or some people in Discord. And we've already seen Discord used in political hits before. So you have to ask yourself, how does a kid with a scholarship, okay, check it out.
Congratulations, you have been selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah State University. The value of this scholarship is approximately $32,000. This scholarship is available for 4 years or 8 semesters.
So a scholarship, a law enforcement father, and he just wakes up one day and carves slogans into ammunition and carries out a political assassination? Or does he get nudged, radicalizing maybe some Discord server, maybe someone encouraged, and maybe even armed? We don't know the whereabouts of where this rifle came from. Even mainstream people are saying he didn't act alone. He had help. And again, who was he communicating with leading up to this? I don't believe it's a college roommate. I just don't believe that. Now, if we look at from a psychological profile, he carved messages into the casings. Okay, let's play this clip again.
So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point."
Okay. So we have "Hey fascist, catch," with a 3-arrow anti-fascist symbol, "O Bella Ciao," an Italian partisan anthem now used by modern Antifa groups. Notices, bulges, OWO, which is straight internet meme culture. And then, "If you read this, you are gay," LMAO. Right? Now, we have the lamestream media saying that they can't even figure out why you would carve this on there. It doesn't mean anything.
That we learned from this press conference were, again, about those bullet casings and the inscriptions, "Hey fascist," the words "Bella Ciao," the words "If you read this, you are gay." What do you see as the significance or what the message is that he's trying to communicate here?
Really, I would need to actually see these words in the way that they are on the bullet casings in the gun to make a proper interpretation. But just knowing what those words are, I'm kind of overwhelmed with how immature it all sounds, and that there is no really chronic theme. I think Brandy really nailed it. You have to make of it what you want, because, you know, it's like these bulges, if you're reading this, you're gay, you know, catch this fascist, or hey fascist, catch. It's like the rantings of a really immature child. And
So they're already trying to downplay it a little bit. You know, a lot of people say that's not professionalism, that's not tradecraft. Is hyper online G and Z culture turned into violence, right? But if you were going to have a fall guy, a Patsy, and to rush this off into some ideological direction, that's exactly what I would do. You know, so if we look at this kid's just his profile, okay, the type of individual he is, okay, you have an alien, maybe an alienated, intelligent, weak-looking kid. He had a 4.0 GPA. Not that one. Where is it at? Right? Awards and so on. Maybe living in dad's shadows, resentful, gets sucked into ideology online, makes himself a martyr by killing a political figure. On the other hand, you've got a Discord activity, a mysteriously relocated rifle that we did not see in the video, and a kid who lasted 33 hours on the run, being hunted by every law enforcement agency in the country, including FBI and other three-letter organizations, before just turning himself into his dad. That screams facilitation and maybe even a setup. And the other thing is that there has been from law enforcement saying that there has been Russian and Chinese disinformation blast online to try to fuel some type of civil war narrative here. So you have to ask yourself, how does this all tie in, right? Now, again, you can see here, the kid's even wearing the same shoes, right? Like to even wear the same shoes and basically wear the same hat and sunglasses, and to outlast law enforcement, because this is what he looks like almost all the time. In every photo I've seen, he's got this hat, sunglasses, and just this look about him. He is outlast every law enforcement agency for 33 hours. The number 33, why does that number keep coming up? 33rd floor. Remember that a few months back? So it's odd to me. The other thing is that this popped up. They're saying it's a prowler wearing a lab coat, arrested after sneaking into Charlie Kirk's assassination crime scene to snap selfie. Was he just snapping a selfie, or was he doing something else? Right? Now, if it is just some radicalized child, it's what I've been warning about for years, young men being radicalized in silence. And the thing is that that's not a mistake. That is on purpose, right? They're alone, no tribe, no brotherhood, no girls. They spend hours a day on Fortnite, Discord, Reddit. They're jealous of stronger men, and they're looking for meaning. And the algorithm feeds them poison until they break. It's the modern MK culture ran by various underground websites as well as social media. Psychological operation, a system designed to turn lonely, weak men into political weapons. The solution is the same way it's always been, and what I've always said, man: build real men, live, train, hunt, build brotherhood, anchor yourself in faith, and get off the damn screens, right? Because a man with strength, purpose, and a tribe doesn't get captured by the feed, okay? I think, again, there's a lot of oddities to this. I just don't know how you can be on the run for 33 hours and do a lot of things right just to turn yourself in right there at the end, and then resorting to roommates. It's always the roommate too. You ever notice that it's always the roommate that has all the information, which is odd for someone that's so intelligent, and to get away with this for as long as he did. He would leave so many loose ends. And the other thing is the rifle, the question of the rifle. Where was the rifle? It was not in the video of him hopping off the building. Where did it go? I know damn well nobody's going to go retrieve that thing off the roof for him, right? Unless that was a pre-stage rifle with the casings engraved. I don't know. Anyway, I'd like to know your thoughts. Obviously, as more information breaks, I'll keep pumping it out. Anyway, guys, remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, and always stay dangerous.